Have you ever felt a quiet fear when thinking about getting older? For many people, between the ages of 60 and 85, there's one thought that brings a heavy pause: the idea of moving into a nursing home. It's not just about the place, it's about what it represents: the loss of control, the feeling that your story is being closed before you're ready to finish writing it, that your independence, your identity, and even your voice might slowly fade into the background. But here's something most people don't hear enough. Times have changed. Nursing homes are no longer the only path forward. In fact, they're not even the most common choice anymore. All across the country, more and more older adults, people just like you or someone you love, are discovering new ways to live that are safer, more flexible, and deeply human. These options aren't just about surviving. They're about thriving. They're about holding on to your freedom, your dignity, and your sense of purpose, even when life starts to slow down. In today's video, we're going to explore 7 real alternatives to nursing homes. Not theories, not wishful thinking. These are practical, proven solutions that older adults are already embracing. Solutions that help you stay in control, stay connected, and, most importantly, stay true to who you are. Some of these options might surprise you. Some may already be closer than you think, but each one carries a powerful message. Aging doesn't have to mean disappearing. It can mean choosing, boldly, wisely, and on your own terms. So, I invite you, no matter your age, to stick with me until the very end, because somewhere in this video, you just might find a path that brings comfort, hope, and a renewed sense of direction for you or someone you deeply care about. Let's begin. For many older adults, there's one place that still feels like the center of the universe: home. The place where memories live, routines feel comforting, and every corner holds a piece of your identity. That's why one of the most loved alternatives to nursing homes is also one of the most simple and powerful: staying in your own home with a little help. In-home care isn't about giving up your independence. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about protecting it, while making sure your daily needs are met with dignity and respect. Today, in-home caregivers can support nearly every part of life, from cooking, cleaning, and grocery runs, to help with medications, bathing, or simply being there to talk. The beauty of this option is flexibility. You get to decide what you need and when you need it. And the impact? It's not just practical, it's emotional. Studies show that older adults who receive in-home care often experience better memory, less depression, and more emotional stability compared to those in institutional settings. Let me tell you about Mrs. Eleanor. She's 78, lives in the same home she's had for over 40 years, and now receives in-home support 5 days a week. Her caregiver helps with errands and meals, but Eleanor still spends her mornings doing crossword puzzles, sipping coffee with her neighbor on the porch, and watching the birds visit her backyard feeder, just like she always has. That's what this option offers: familiar surroundings, personal freedom, and the chance to keep writing your story in your own space. If you or your loved one values comfort, continuity, and a deep sense of home, this could be the solution that changes everything. Because growing older doesn't mean letting go of what matters most. Sometimes it just means finding the right hands to help you hold on. What if growing older didn't mean growing apart? What if, instead, it opened the door to something even deeper? A return to connection, to purpose, to belonging. More and more families today are rediscovering a powerful way to age well, living together across generations. Not as a burden, but as a bond. This isn't about dependence, it's about interdependence. A two-way relationship where everyone brings something valuable to the table. For many older adults, living with children or grandchildren offers more than just a roof and a warm meal. It means shared stories over dinner, laughter echoing down the hall, a hand to hold on hard days, and the simple joy of hearing, "Good morning, Grandpa." Studies show this kind of family connection can reduce loneliness, lift self-worth, and even improve health outcomes. But like any good partnership, success depends on boundaries and respect, clear roles, separate spaces, and a shared understanding that everyone's time, energy, and privacy matter. Take Harold, for example. He's 81 and lives in a beautifully converted apartment above his daughter's garage. He's got his own entrance, his own kitchen, and all the independence he wants. But every Sunday, he joins the family downstairs for dinner, storytelling, and sometimes a game of cards with the grandkids. He's not just staying with them, he's part of their lives. There's even a financial upside. Living together can cut housing costs dramatically, and in some cases, families may qualify for tax credits or state-funded support programs to help with caregiving expenses. So if you've ever wondered, could we make this work together? The answer might be yes. With good communication, respect for each other's space, and a spirit of cooperation, living with family can be one of the most meaningful and sustainable alternatives to institutional care. Because sometimes, the best place to grow older is back where love lives. Staying in the home you love, the one where your memories live, where you raised a family, where every corner tells a story. That's not just a comfort. For many, it's a deep desire. But how do we stay safely and confidently in our homes as we age? The answer is not just about staying home. It's about transforming that home into a space that supports you, protects you, and gives you freedom. Today, smart home modifications are giving older adults the tools to live more independently, right where they feel most like themselves. We're talking about practical upgrades that make a huge difference. Walk-in tubs with secure doors, non-slip flooring, grab bars in the bathroom, motion sensor lights for nighttime safety, and even stair lifts for multi-level homes. But it's not just the physical changes. Technology has stepped up in powerful ways. Voice assistants like Alexa or Google Home can remind you to take your medication, control the lights, or even call someone if you need help. Video doorbells let you see who's at the door without having to get up. And medical alert systems, wearable or built into the home, give peace of mind to both you and your loved ones. Let me tell you about Linda, 79 years old. After a fall in her kitchen, she realized something had to change. But instead of moving out, she moved forward, renovating her home with smart safety upgrades. Today, she still lives alone, but now she feels stronger, safer, and more in control of her life than ever before. Because here's the truth. Modifying your home is not giving in to age. It's investing in freedom. It's about choosing to stay independent while being realistic and proactive about safety. So if you're someone, or you know someone, who wants to grow older without giving up home, this path may be the perfect balance between comfort and control. After all, it's not about just staying in your house. It's about making your house stay with you. For centuries, families lived under one roof. Grandparents, parents, and children all sharing life's ups and downs together. And while modern life pulled many of us apart, today multi-generational living is making a thoughtful comeback, not out of necessity, but from a renewed understanding of connection and care. But let's be honest, sharing a home doesn't always mean sharing the same vision. That's why success in multi-generational living depends on one vital ingredient: clear, respectful boundaries. When done right, this lifestyle offers something money can't buy: deeper relationships, shared responsibilities, and a sense of belonging that can't be replicated in isolation. Imagine enjoying your morning coffee while watching your grandkids laugh in the next room, or having someone nearby when you need a ride, a conversation, or just the comfort of family. Take Patricia, 83. She lives in a small in-law suite attached to her daughter's home. Her own kitchen, her own entrance, her own quiet space. But she also joins in for Sunday dinners, family movie nights, and school plays. She's independent but never alone. That's the balance, that's the goal. Of course, it takes effort. Honest communication is key. Talking openly about expectations, privacy, and responsibilities. Everyone needs their space. Everyone deserves their voice. When families agree on shared values but honor each other's independence, it can be incredibly empowering for everyone involved. And here's the thing, multi-generational living isn't just practical, it's meaningful. It restores a sense of purpose, especially for older adults who still want to contribute, to care, to be seen. So, if you've ever wondered whether living with family again might feel like going backward, consider this. With the right structure, it could actually be a step forward, toward a richer, more connected life, filled with laughter, love, and legacy. After all, aging well isn't just about where you live. It's about who you live with and how you choose to share the journey. When we think about aging, one of the biggest fears many face is losing independence and feeling isolated. But what if there was a way to keep living life on your own terms while still having the help you need, only when you need it? That's exactly what independent living communities with on-demand support offer. Imagine having your own private apartment or cozy cottage, a place that feels truly like home. You're free to come and go as you please, to live independently but with a safety net right there. Need a meal prepared? Medical assistance? Or maybe you want to join a social event? It's all available, tailored to what you want, without feeling forced or overwhelmed. But here's the real magic. It's the community. Being part of a vibrant neighborhood where neighbors share your interests, values, or hobbies brings a sense of belonging that's priceless. Loneliness is one of the biggest challenges for older adults, and these communities help break down that barrier by fostering real connection and joyful living. Some communities focus on nature lovers, offering beautiful walking trails and gardens. Others might be centered around the arts, with studios and workshops to explore creativity. There are even lifelong learning communities, where you can take classes, join book clubs, or learn a new language. Take Richard, for example. He's 78 years old and recently moved into one of these communities. Before, Richard felt isolated and a bit lost after retiring. But now, with a woodworking studio just down the hall, peaceful nature trails to stroll every morning, and a film club where he's made great friends, he's found a new spark in life. Richard says it feels like he's rediscovered joy, purpose, and companionship, all while still living on his own terms. So, if you're thinking about the next chapter of your life, consider this model. It's not about giving up freedom. It's about choosing the kind of support and connection that helps you thrive. Because growing older shouldn't mean feeling alone or limited. It can mean more community, more joy, and more living fully than ever before. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in a neighborhood where generations naturally come together, where a retired teacher chats with a young student, and a single mom shares her garden with a retiree? That's the heart of multi-generational living communities, a new way of aging that's vibrant, full of life, and deeply connected. In these communities, older adults don't just live among their peers. They share space with young families, students, and professionals. It's a dynamic, real neighborhood where everyone benefits from each other. Imagine Mrs. Margaret, a lively 76-year-old who lives in a community that includes high school students. She teaches them poetry and storytelling, while they help her navigate the world of smartphones and social media. It's a beautiful exchange, one generation passing on wisdom and creativity, the other sharing new skills and companionship. Why does this matter? Because this kind of interaction isn't just nice, it's powerful. Studies show that staying mentally active and socially engaged can help reduce memory decline and feelings of loneliness. For younger people, living alongside older adults fosters empathy, patience, and essential social skills they won't learn in a classroom. But beyond the science, there's a deeper truth here. Multi-generational communities help older adults feel alive and connected, not isolated or forgotten. Instead of retreating into quiet retirement, they're part of the everyday rhythm of life, laughing with neighbors, learning new things, and feeling valued. So, if you're thinking about where and how you want to live as you age, consider this model. It's more than housing. It's about being part of a living, breathing community where every generation enriches the others. Because aging well isn't just about health, it's about staying connected, purposeful, and truly alive. What do you think? Would you want to live somewhere like this? Where your neighbors are not just people your age, but also the next generation ready to share life's journey with you. Reaching 80 and beyond is a true gift, a milestone not everyone gets to celebrate in good health or with peace of mind. Along the way, many face hidden struggles like chronic inflammation, muscle loss, restless nights, or emotional isolation. These challenges quietly chip away at our strength and spirit, often without us even noticing. But here's the good news. Knowledge is power. The sooner we understand these changes, the better prepared we are to take action, to protect our bodies, our minds, and our hearts. Aging isn't about fading away or losing our place in the world. It's about focusing on what truly matters: our dignity, our connections, our freedom, and our joy. Every choice we make about where and how we live shapes those precious things. Whether it's finding a community that supports you, building new friendships across generations, or simply creating a space where you feel alive and valued, each decision is an act of self-respect and love. So ask yourself, how do you want to live your later years? What kind of life do you deserve? Remember, you don't have to settle or compromise. You can choose a path that honors your values and keeps your independence and happiness front and center. Because aging isn't about dimming your light, it's about shining brighter on what matters most. So choose boldly, live fully, and embrace the years ahead with all the dignity and freedom you deserve. If you find value in exploring meaningful ways to live well as we age, don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Joy Life. Together, we'll discover how to make these years truly joyful, purposeful, and full of life.